Finally, I got some free time, or made some free time. It's a beautiful day. I'm up north. I'm at a new spot. I know there's gold in this river because I found it further down, but this is a new spot up further up. And I'm here to test the gold box. I need to torture test this thing. Hopefully I find some gold, but more importantly, I need to run different size material through it to see what clogs it, what it can actually do. I also got a sand tray I'll be testing with some sandy areas that will work great for that. And if I don't find gold, I don't know if you can see that, but I brought some with me so I can add. I can add it to it to make sure it is catching it. Here's a quick look at the river. There's a small inside bend right up there. It's got some cobble. That'd be a good place to test 3/8 and 1/2 inch material. We'll see what I get. And down further on the opposite end, small little beach area right there. Usually I don't pan through that stuff because it's just not worth it. If you're going to find anything, it's going to be small, but I need to test the sand tray. And in other places in the country, that's what they have to run to get the gold. So I want to try to make this box universal for anywhere in the world. So I got to test all different materials. But what a beautiful day. They actually said it was supposed to rain all day. Never trust the weatherman. I almost didn't come up here. So let me get to it. Again, just some torture testing today with the new box. You'll be able to see it working actually on the river. This will be the first time. So I'm really excited. So let me get to it. Isn't it a thing of beauty? Finally in its natural habitat. Got it set up. I got the sand tray in there first. I got some sand right here. It's nice. I won't have to screen it. I should just be able to just dump scoopfuls in. I just want to see how it processes it. I don't expect any gold in there, so like I said, I might add some. I have, I don't know if this is going to work. I just 3D printed a quick little, I don't know, tailing sluice, I guess you can call it. So if anything does get through here, hopefully it catches it down here and I'll see it. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to, I mean, I could try to tail it all, but I'm going to be running a lot of material. It's going to be difficult. But everything's set up. Got my battery. I'm actually running the 750 gallon pump, and I'm thinking it's too strong. I might go back down to the 500 gallon per hour pump. So, but I wanted to try the 750, see if it makes a difference. Because not so much this one, but the other tray I'm going to put in here with the coarser material, the bigger parts, it may need more water pressure to get that stuff going. So, again, this is completely testing. But I don't know if you can see. Nice little setup area right on an inside bend, so I got all my choices of either coarse down to fine. So plenty of choices. I'll spend the next couple hours here just putting material through this thing and see how it works. If I find anything interesting, I'll turn you back on, or I'll at least show a few scoops. Actually, I can probably do one now if I don't fall. Again, there's no way there's gold in here. I've never found gold just sitting on sand like this. Usually it'd be at the bottom. So I might scoop off a bunch of this stuff and dig down deeper. Just to show you. And it's processing. And you can see a little mini sluice, and like I said, hopefully that catches something. But it's cleaning out pretty good. I noticed it's holding some of the bigger material, but we'll see what it is. Hopefully it doesn't build up. Again, this is all experimental. There's no science to this. I'm just guessing on different shapes and seeing which ones work the best. But let me get back to feeding this, and then I'll turn you back on with some results. As I started digging down, the rocks were getting bigger, so I had to break out the 3/8 classifier. I got about a half a bucket through. I'm going to run in a second, but figured I'd just pan some of this stuff to see what the material looks like. It actually looks pretty good the deeper I got down there. It wasn't as much sand. Still sandy, but see if I can do this in a sec. It's kind of hard doing this in the stream one-handed, but I think I can do it. So most of that sand seemed like it was just on the top layer, and then it got down and got a little coarser, which is really a good sign. It's behind a nice big rock, so who knows? I'll get a little further, then I'll do a little reveal, see what it looks like. Yeah, it's definitely getting heavier, and I'm starting to see a little discoloration, which means is garnet and black sand. Getting a little darker. That should be good enough. Just get some of the lighter material out. Yeah, you can definitely see the garnet now. I don't know if that's showing up on the camera, but let's do a little reveal. Nice garnet. Oh, see a speck. I mean, very tiny specks. So there is a little gold in there. Let's see if I can zoom in on this. I don't know, it's not going to show up, there's no way. Where is it? Sometimes it helps adding a little water. Yeah, it's right there. Very small. So a little speck, but that's a good sign. There is gold in here. So let me run that through, and hopefully we catch something. Hopefully that wasn't the only piece, because this was down the deepest part of the hole. That's more of a topper layer, but we won't know till we try. About halfway through the bucket, it's running good. Just to show you how quick I can run this, it's about every 5 seconds. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. What I'm really watching for is the first half of this box. I want that to clear out. I don't care so much here, but this needs to stay clear, because that's where the gold is going to drop. So if this is full of material, the gold can't drop down the first half. So it's about every 5 seconds, or as you'll see, a lot of glare. I want that first half to clear out, and then I can add the next one. And it's working about every 5 seconds. This is also sand, lighter material, so it's definitely, you can go a lot quicker. The real test is there gold? Looking pretty good. I'll keep feeding it. Alright, I just ate through that bucket. That was about 5 minutes. That was probably the fastest I've ever gone through a bucket of material. The box is pretty cleaned out, which I'd rather see a little more material in there. The first couple scoops before I started screening it had some bigger rocks, so that's kind of stuck. I'm seeing some material in here, so that's good that this little 3D, the thing I 3D printed out is working. But now here comes the nerve-wracking test, because I may not be able to get this gold back if this doesn't work. There's some gold. Just going to sprinkle a little on. This is the last scoop. Alright, there's a few pieces. I don't want to use it all. Kind of mush it in. Now, if I put this in and there's no gold in here, because right now I'm not seeing any gold. I didn't think I would. It's not a good spot to dig. I was hoping to see something in there, but this is the real test. All or nothing. Funny thing is, a lot of this gold came from the spot further down south, or downstream. So I'll be putting it back in the river if I don't reclaim this. Well, let's see. It might not show up at the beginning. Oh, there it is. Got a piece there. Let me reposition. Got a piece right in the corner. Look at that. My little trap caught it all. Where's the other one? There's another one right there. Let me shut this off. All right. Oh, that's what I don't want to see. I don't know if you can see that. That sucks. I did lose some. Looks like one speck got out. That's a pretty good sized speck, so that means I just lost some gold in the river. But still, as you can see, that's at least, it had to be over 90%. It just caught it at instantly. I was a little worried it wasn't working, and I like that it's at the beginning. I'm not seeing any pieces. I'll take this cover off. Actually, I'll do this right now. I can do this. I think I can do this. This is this lens is a little tighter fit than I want. The next when I start selling these, it'll be better. So I might have to grab a little screwdriver to pop that out. This thing's working good too. I'm not having as many drips. Yeah, I can't grit this with my fingernail. Actually, I wonder if I can use the spoon. Alright, technical difficulties. Hold on 1 second. Alright, I was able to get that off. Now you should be able to see the gold. Put it all into the lip. That's awesome that it formed right there, right there. Where is it? Got a bunch sitting right there. And ooh, we got one piece right here. Again, a little further. I might have to turn it down a little. And I think there's a speck right there. Let's see if it'll zoom in. Yeah, a speck right there. So I don't want to see that. So I might have to run it a little slower or create another couple more features to kind of create some little more back pressure, but not bad for the first test. So let me get that out of here, out in the pan, and then I'll insert the next tray. It should just come out. Yeah, I can. New feature now. Just take the tray out and dump it right into a pan. A lot easier. I am getting some material underneath, but that's why I put the grid pattern. There's nothing I can do to stop it from getting underneath, but this way now, when it goes back on, it doesn't lift it higher. So you can do a few times of these before you gotta empty that out and disconnect it, but there's the gold. Actually pretty pleased. For my first design and test of the sand tray, it actually works. So let's get on to the next one and see how much better the coarse material it runs and see what actually clogs it. And at the next spot I'm gonna dig, there's the Goldbox. There was actually a lot more gold in there than I thought I put in when I did that sand test, so I actually might have found some gold over there. I didn't think I poured that much in. There was a lot when I did the clean out. And I only found that one piece on the tailing chute, so I think initial recommendations, classify down to 1/4 inch, keep it as small as possible running sand, and just go a little slower. And I think that thing will work really good. But I got my big classifiers here. I don't know if somebody can correct me in the comments, or I might have to measure this. I thought I had a 3/8 and a 1/2 inch, but these both look like they're 3/8. It's a Mind Lab pan. I could have swore it came with a 1/2 inch classifier, but that's actually pretty big. But that's just to show you that is going to be the material I should be able to run through there. The problem I found in the past with going through bigger material, which hopefully I can find an example. See a rock like this, maybe it's a 1/2 inch diameter. If that was a 1/2 inch classifier to go through, but look how long it is. And I have 90-degree bends on all my turns. So it's not so much the size, because technically that box can process 3/4 inch marble if it wanted to, but it's the length. And as the diameter gets bigger on the rocks, so does the length. They start getting long shards like that. So if that was to fall through the classifier just the right way, it's gonna clog it. So that's why I usually recommend running smaller. It is nice to run bigger, but you're just gonna risk clogging. But I technically need to clog this thing to see what it can handle. But one thin rock that's an inch or so long will mess up my results, so it won't be a complete accurate test. But let me get digging, because we got some clouds coming in, and it looks like it's gonna, I might be getting wet in a little while, so. Probably got an hour or so before I run out of time or start getting wet. So I'm gonna run this through. I'm not gonna add any gold. I wanna run a full bucket through to see if there is any gold here, just out of curiosity. And if there's none, then I'll add some scoops with some gold in it to make sure it's got the next tray on there now, which you'll be able to see as I get closer. I love having the ability just to pull out a tray, depending where you are, what material you're gonna run, and just switch it out in seconds. So that is a nice upgrade. But let me start digging. I need to fill this bucket before I start getting wet. And then I really want to know if there's gold in this area. I have not tried this spot, and it's looking pretty promising. A lot of washout. I mean, the floodwater's coming through here pretty good. I'd love to actually try over in that corner, but maybe another time. So let me get this bucket full. All right, round two. Got my 3/8 half-inch cobble. You can see definitely some bigger pieces. See what that does. And as I was digging down, I was starting to hit a lot of promising quartz. They could actually be like almost like a host rock. So I might bring some pieces home like these and smash them up, see if there's anything in there just for fun. But I'm curious what's in here. I get down pretty deep, almost a foot, maybe a little more in certain spots to get that stuff. I got the tray. I don't know if you can see that. Tray 1. This is for the coarse material. The other one was tray 2. So I'm set up. I'm going to try to eat through this as quick as I can, and I'll turn you back on when I see the results. Actually, I might, I'll give you a little quick run. I'll do it now. As you can tell, I'm not great at this videoing. It's not my specialty. I'm better at designing. Oh. Alright, clear out. Let me just put a small scoop in to make sure the flow's right. That might be a little slow. I'll try another scoop. I think I gotta go a little, see if I can adjust this. Just a little. These things are very sensitive with pressure, so it doesn't take much of a turn of that valve. See it working? Got quite the glare. All right, let's see how fast I can scoop this. 1. Wait for that to clear out. 2. I can get you right there. Clear out pretty quick. He's taking the rocks. That's a good sign. Those are some big pieces in there. Yeah, slow down a little. That was a little too quick. Let it work its way out. Nice. Might have to turn it up a little more, but it's taking it. Still feeding it a lot faster than the other Goldbox. And a lot bigger. I could never do this with this size material. And that's catching nice. Actually, maybe slide that down just a tad. So if any piece does get out, it should end up there. Not really seeing anything, but it's holding the garnet. I like seeing that. Alright, let me fire a couple more scoops, and then I'm just going to really start feeding this bucket, because it's getting darker by the minute and I'm about to get wet. And she's processing really good. Even the bigger rocks. I'd still, even though this could take the bigger stuff, I found that 1/4 inch is the sweet spot. Unless you got some massive pickers in your area, 1/4 inch classified material is smaller. Just processes better through every piece of equipment I've ever run. Yeah, even this, the big rocks, they're getting in through it, but it's starting to clog a little. I'm gonna have to go a little more, but this is what I wanted to see. Well, they're actually working their way out. Good. Because you never want big rocks like that competing with a spot for the gold. It's actually pretty cool. It's picking the rocks right out of there. Alright, let me get to it. I gotta get through this bucket quick, and then we'll pin the results. Alright, I just ran the bucket. There's a little left plus 1 scoop. I'm gonna mix a little gold with that once I check what's in here. But that took about 20 minutes. I ended up having 3 clogs, and what happened, or what was happening, which I knew would, is I'd get a little half-inch rock. I should have saved them. That was over an inch long that got through the classifier down sideways. So as soon as it tries doing the 90-degree bend here, or out, it just clogs it. So it can kind of run half-inch. I wouldn't recommend it. It's kind of a slow pain in the ass. But 3/8, it's going to run good, and 1/4 inch, it's going to run super fast. So you have the options. If you can watch the type of rocks that are getting through and make sure there are no long ones. Yeah, I should have saved it. I was hoping to have one kicking around, but just imagine that being a little bigger and longer, and that's what kept clogging it up. Small enough to get through the classifier, but long enough to jam a 90-degree turn. And I need these 90-degree turns. That's what's helping making me all the vortexes. So let's check what's in there. This little 3D printed sluice checker. It's actually working really good. I'm not seeing anything in there. Just a quick check. As you can see, it's starting to get dark out. There's some rain clouds coming. But I am not seeing anything. Maybe a speck of silver. That's kind of unusual. But let's see. Let me get rid of that and empty out the box. Hopefully there's something in here. It's a random spot, so I don't know if there's going to be gold. Definitely makes the rock stick to it. Hopefully there's something in here for all my trouble. But the goal was to run material. I know this one already catches because I tested it at home, if you watch that video. Ooh, look at that. Here, let me get it put this on the shoreline. That's actually a pretty good piece in there. See if I can get the reveal done. Oh, where'd it go? Now I can't find it. Hold on. I'll get it. Otherwise I'll pause it for a second and I just saw a really good piece in here. Where are you? There it is. It's actually a good, pretty decent piece. I wasn't expecting a... Let's see for reference. Where are you? Oh, shark tooth. Kind of a cool looking piece. I think I'm seeing some other small specks in there, but it was just a random pan. Yeah, I'll have to take a better look to see what else is in there. But at least it caught the gold. But like I said, I'm going to put it back together. I'm going to run a couple scoops with the gold, some gold sprinkled in, just because I want to see where it's actually collecting. Because to run that half-inch material, I had to crank that valve up. The valve is almost fully open, so that really took a lot of pressure, and by doing that, you're going to risk losing the small gold. So let me get this back together, then I'll turn you back on. And I'll just run a couple scoops with some gold in it, and like I said, I just need to see where it's forming. All right, I'm back. I get it all set back up. I actually repanned that a little better, and there was like 3 or 4 more flakes in there, small ones, not like that shark tooth, but pretty good. So I'm definitely going to be coming back here to do more buckets, but classify it down to 1/4 or 3/8, no more half-inch. And I'll be able to run a lot of material and catch some more gold. All right, so I got this set up. I got my scoop. Again, I get some gold. You can see it. I need to see, hopefully I don't lose this, but I need to see where it's settling out in the box. Alright, that should be good enough. Don't fall in the water. As you can see, full of gold. Grab a little, cover it up. I don't want it, just want to mix it up a little. All right, my flow looks good. Get that set. Hopefully I don't want to see any in there. And let's see what happens. See in real time where it goes. No, not seeing any. Oh, you see it? That is great. All right in the first eighth of the box. So it's working. I was a little worried. I mean, I was running the material so fast. Was I losing it? But as you can see, I'll put a couple more scoops in too, just dirt, see if it moves. Sitting right at the beginning. Oh, it's not tight. Working really good. I got a piece right there. Yeah. Oh, we got a lot right here, so I am running a little hot. It's okay to see gold in this part. I just don't like seeing it up here. And I'm not. I'll take the cover off in a second. We'll get a better look. But let's just see. Now the interesting part. The one thing I love about this Goldbox is I can leave this running for a half hour and that gold shouldn't move. You don't have to keep feeding this. But to show you that, hopefully this doesn't make me a liar. Let it clear out. Yep, and the gold is still there. It's hard to see, but it's underneath all that garnet. There it is. Usually once it finds its little pocket, the water pressure holds it in place and it usually doesn't move. It may hop down a little, but the pressure's pushing down on this thing. That's one of the great designs with this thing. Not to give away secrets, but notice how the inlet is a little above the floor of this. So that creates a high pressure above all these features. So anything that gets trapped down there that's heavy, like gold, lead, whatever, gets pushed down while the other stuff is pushed over top of it. So it's not just a 3D printed box. There's actually some engineering involved in this. A lot of testing, but it's working great. I'm really pleased with this new results. I'm loving the pull-out trays. I can grab any one I want. If I'm running sand material, I can change that out. I'm going to have a third tray for home processing to get gold that's stuck with the heavy black material, or the black sands that are always tough to get out. And in the future, I can design new versions, even better versions of the tray, and people can download it if they have a printer, 3D print it out, or I can ship them a new one. A lot of possibilities. But that pretty much concludes the testing. Real pleased with today. I'm glad I got out. See, awesome day on the river. Any day on the river is a good spot. Actually, I like how we got a nice long straightaway and then it curves left. It may be good to go down there too. This is a really good area. I'm definitely going to come back and hit it hard for hopefully a full day and do a bunch of buckets, and I'll make sure I do another video of it. But the cool thing is, I noticed a few things I'm not liking on this, so I'm going to tweak the design tonight, load it in the printer, and by tomorrow morning I'm going to have a new version ready to test out. So this upcoming weekend, as long as the weather holds up, I'll be out again retesting this. Hopefully I'll be back up at this spot because I'm definitely finding some good gold. And then I'll just keep testing. I want this thing perfect before I start selling it. I know a lot of people are asking for this thing, but I got to make sure it's perfect. I don't want to have to redo things on the fly because these are a pain. It's actually a slow process trying to print all these out, and I'm going to need a bunch of them from the sounds of it. So stay tuned for the next video. Still some more testing, but this is looking very promising. But get out there and have fun. Even with a pan, there's gold everywhere. So it's just up to you to find it. Until next time.